It's a good question. This is always a question of when you have major national disasters, where you say, okay, the first job is to really make sure you take care of the people who are affected by the disaster. You got to protect them, you got to give them, feed them, you got to make sure that they don't freeze. And then you start thinking about how do you rebuild. And rebuilding is very, very important. They both are important, they both have to come side by side, but certainly the first one becomes critical if you have a national disaster. Now, there is a national disaster in many of these societies you're talking about. You have on one hand lots and lots of people who are on the ground, who don't have food, don't have shelter, and on the other hand you want to help them build it. I think that a lot of this, to a great degree, rests on the leadership in those areas. And we've got to encourage these leaders to see these people who are in need. What happens, unfortunately, is that many times the folks who can make an impact don't see. Many of the poor countries, the people who are well-to-do don't even see poor people, even though they're right next door on the street. They don't see them. So I think that the leadership have to help shape it. We can help from the outside, but I don't think long-term that's a viable thing. It really is helping shape the debate. I think that's where younger generations should come in, not tolerate, in my view, the leaders in many of these countries who basically live in the past. They made it into a business to maintain the status quo. They should be challenged.